Ja, passt schon so.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. You look at this Carolina defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number one in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Love. That's complete. It's the rookie from USC. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive. To about the 35, 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as good running gets them to about the 44. The Panthers at 3-5, 2 games under 500. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward. One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Fighting through pressure, eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Here we go. Blue strike.
Out of the gun, it's Young. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. He's got it at the 15. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 41 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Ultra. Hut.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. He will push his way down to about the 14. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On play action, Young. They'll roll him out right.
Nein. Hätte ich doch selber reinlaufen müssen, Digga.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. When you look at this defense, they're squarely in the middle of the pack against the run this year, number 16 in the NFL.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. That is caught. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Love looking to throw it. He gets that one complete to Wicks. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, he's going to get the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Second and 7. To throw now. Here's Love. Finds his receiver.
Digga, geht nicht ran.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
We're scoreless after 1. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A handoff. Jacobs running to the left. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
This 2nd and 4.
Let's go.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Here we go.
Now Love. Got his man. That's Luke Musgrave. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Here we go.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun. Love. He'll complete this one to Watson. He's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
Hey, das kann doch alles nicht wahr sein, ey.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Jacobs again. And he will get this into
Geht mir auf den Sack, Digga.
touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Packers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go now. Smash, smash. Ready.
Young off the bootleg. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
From the shotgun, it's Young. Still going inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Go, 10. Hut, hut.
Young going to give to Brooks. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Let's go.
Young quickly to the flat. And he will take it across. The Panthers touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are an extra point away from drawing level. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. Analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
He got 29 yards that time.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
Here we go.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Love from the gun. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing. Love. Now into a sea of defenders have intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Completes it to Evan Ingram. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. It's Young off play action. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Young off the play fake. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. Brooks. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
Ready, break. Set, ready.
Final play of the half. Young. He'll buy some time right. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Bryce Young, as time expires in the first half. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking. Nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates. I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. All in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Young will set to throw. This ball taken in here by Brooks. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
Den kannst du pflücken, Digga.
Let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Ready.
They'll look to throw here. That's pulled in by Brooks. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
To the air once more, Young.
Halt ihn doch fest, du Spasti! Ey, Mann!
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. That's running out of steam, and it won't get
Passt
there.
nicht, Digga.
No good.
Ey, den kann man auch festhalten, Mann.
Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
Ist das lächerlich, ey.
Because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length. Because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot. You know, maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
Danke.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked out by Jamel Dean. And the Panthers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Following the interception, Young looking deep here for Dobbs. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Up the middle with Brooks here.
Och, Digga, ich bleib da hängen wie so ein Spaß. Da war alles offen, Mann.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. To throw, Young. He targets Ingram for another grab. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
One more time with Brooks. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Brooks with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they want to, in the center of the ring, or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Love. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Second and 10 now. Third quarter from Charlotte. To pass. Here's Jordan Love. And that is incomplete.
Nichts da, Meister, nichts da.
Down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
So now third and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Love. The Panthers touchdown. They get there and take him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the second time. .35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, first and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
Da war nichts offen,
It
Digga.
certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just
Kann auch das dritte Quarter jetzt auslaufen lassen.
They're on the brink, aren't they?
They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. Three quarters have come and gone. This offense so far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Rolling to his right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Schade.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Love looking to throw it.
Boah, was?
Man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. He goes for 24 yards.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Love now. He gets that one complete to Wicks. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
To throw now. Here's Love. Quick slant to Watson. And they're going to have
Aber alles offen.
as the tackle's made at the
Ach, Digga.
Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
On play action, Love to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Whew.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after.
Digga, halt ihn doch mal fest, Junge!
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that
Ey.
timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
A jet sweep, Dobbs. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Ich kann das nicht
They
mehr.
gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Young to throw it.
Nein, will ich nicht werfen dürfen.
Incomplete.
Ach, Digga.
In this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's...
Oh, fang ihn doch, das wäre so geil gewesen. Oh!
What do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Second and 10.
Red, yellow. Come on, set. Yellow, green. Steel, black. Ready.
Now Love. Towards the middle and caught by Musgrave. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Down. Red, cycle. Snap, red. Yellow, go. Black, ultra. Cut, cut.
On second and 10, Love.
Fang ihn doch.
And it's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
White. Blue striker.
Working out of the gun, Love. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he's going to get now and get himself calm.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. They'll run right here with Brooks. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Once again, it's Brooks. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep. And they'll instead run up the middle. Now a whistle and a timeout defensively. Trying to stop it, and they do with 2 seconds to go prior to the 2-minute warning. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. From the shotgun, it's Young.
Was? Was?
In this football game. So it's Panther football as we welcome.
Jetzt habe ich alles gesehen. Jetzt habe ich alles gesehen.
Down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on here to punt.
Jetzt habe ich alles gesehen. Der war ja so wide open.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15.
Der war ja so wide open. Digga, was? Wie kann man den nicht anwerfen? Ist das lächerlich.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes
Oh mein Gott.
All right, guys. Look at
this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown, Packers.
Ey, ist das lächerlich.
4 yards. And the Packers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now.
Ist das lächerlich.
Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And it looks like the Panthers hands team does its job.
Ey, ist das krass, Digga.
Remaining though now, this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Here we go.
The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. Down to a knee goes Young, and that should be the final act in this one. And that knee will do it. So they
Nice, Junge. Mal wieder gewonnen, Junge.
Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down.
Ja, an sich war das Game ziemlich gut, aber so diese dumme Leichtsinnsfehler, weißt du, wo du weißt ganz genau, er kann das Spiel entscheiden, solche Kleinigkeiten, weißt du, da kannst du kotzen. Gerade bei dem Watson-Play, es kann nicht sein, der Typ hat 96 Speed und er schafft es nicht, sich zu lösen, weißt du, und dann wirfst du automatisch, weil das Play einfach so ist. Du weißt ganz genau, das Timing ist es immer. An dem Zeitpunkt ist er genau da und dann wirfst du. Und anstatt dass Watson da ist auf einmal dann dein Defender da. Und da denkst, was läuft da falsch? Und ich glaube nicht, dass der schneller als Christian Watson war, der vorhin da verteidigt hat. Das kann es nicht sein. Was? Und dann diese Trägheit bei manchmal, ich weiß nicht, ob es bei dir genauso war, aber hier so träge, das Game, so wie Kaugummi. Ich mag das, wenn das Ding flüssig läuft. Das muss flüssig laufen. Und wenn es nicht flüssig läuft, dann stimmt das Timing nicht mehr. Was? Ja, ich wollte auch den Run auch etablieren, aber wenn du dann im Rückstand gerätst, zum Beispiel war es auch von mir eine dumme Entscheidung, kurz vor der Ende zweiter Quarter, dass ich da die 3 Punkte nicht genommen habe. Da hätte ich die Punkte nehmen müssen, aber statt dass ich Punkte genommen habe, hast du gescored. Ja, und dann teilweise wusste ich erst, was du machst. Und ich war ja auch da, oder wo Bryce Young einen Touchdown gemacht hat, wo er selber da gelaufen ist und keiner attackiert ihn. Weißt du, das sind solche Plays, wo ich dann denke, Leute, das kann es doch nicht sein. Und ja, das entscheidet dann, diese Kleinigkeiten. Ich glaube, heute ist sogar der Jaden Reed das letzte Mal draußen gewesen, also weil der ist ja verletzt. Der ist jetzt dann wieder ab, nächste Game ist ja jetzt wieder da. Denn der ist halt ein Spieler, wo ich halt brauche. Der hat Speed und der kann eine sehr gute Route laufen.
Ja, das stimmt schon. Ich war auch ein bisschen verwundert, dass der eine tiefe Ball auf Brooks halt angekommen ist, ne? Also auf mein Running Back, wo ich habe extra das Play gespielt, dass der Running Back halt auch mit tief geht, so, hatte aber auch echt Zeit ohne Ende. Aber dass der angekommen ist, dass mein Spieler sich rechtzeitig dreht und deiner halt nicht, war halt auch sehr lucky, ne? Da waren halt ein paar Bälle mit bei, ne? Aber ich meine, gut, ein paar Plays von mir waren auch gut gesetzt, auch mit Dubs, die Nadelstiche, dass der diese Comeback-Routen läuft, das war auch sehr, sehr effektiv gegen dich. Aber ich verstehe schon, was du meinst. Aber Fakt ist einfach, dass ich mit dieser O-Line keinen Krieg gewinnen werde, weil du siehst es ja, mein Running Game war nur durch die Mitte effektiv. Outside Runs, was ich eigentlich ich habe eigentlich meine Mannschaft auf die Outside Runs vorbereitet im Training. Und du hast ja gesehen, ich habe glaube ich nicht einen einzigen Outside Run richtig durchbringen können. Mit richtig Yards Raumgewinn, weißt du, ich meine? Also die O-Line, die ist irgendwie nicht so wirklich on fire. Das ist ein bisschen scheiße. Aber ja, kann man nicht ändern. Ist bitter, aber ja. Kann man nur hoffen, dass es nächstes Madden besser läuft. Ja, aber auch wie vorhin schon gesagt, ne, also das finde ich halt auch so komisch in dem Spiel. Weißt du, ein Bryce Young schmeißt da in dem ersten, zweiten, dritten Quarter, schmeißt er da Bälle wie ein junger Gott, kommen perfekt in die Arme. Und so einen einfachen Ball wie eben auf Ingram, wo du einen Blitz gespielt hast und beide auf der Außenseite frei waren, Dubs und Ingram, ähm, ja, der Ball kommt nicht an. Wie kann das sein? Dann wäre das Spiel sowieso gelaufen gewesen, weißt du? Und dann musst du dann aber, das war der dritte Versuch, da musst du wieder punten und bringst dann wieder so unnötige Spannung rein. Das kann ich auch mal nicht nachvollziehen, weißt du? Du hast so einen einfachen Ball, den du einfach nur an den Mann bringen musst, weißt du? Und den verwirft er dann. Das ist halt auch wieder irgendwo, als wenn da so ein bisschen Momentum halt irgendwo drin steckt, hat man mal das Gefühl, finde ich. Ne? Weil das Spiel wäre dann durch gewesen. Der hätte durchlaufen können in die Endzone, dann hätte ich nochmal einen Touchdown mehr Vorsprung gehabt, weißt du, dann wäre alles in Ordnung gewesen. Und so musstest du punten, kassier nochmal einen Touchdown. Und wenn der Onside-Kick für dich zugunsten ausgegangen wäre, wäre das wieder ein absoluter Krimi geworden. Weißt du, das ist halt wieder auch was ich nicht nachvollziehen kann. Nice. Das Ding ist, die Offense sieht gar nicht schlecht aus, finde ich. Ne? Die Defense ist einfach eigentlich scheiße. Aber Horn ist halt schon schnell, ne? Ja, und die eine Interception, die jetzt halt einfach auch nicht werfen dürfen, ne? Also ich hab ja bewusst den einen Tight End sozusagen selber zugelaufen. Und dann hast du halt in dem Moment halt auch hingeschmissen, ne? Das ist halt natürlich dann auch so ein Ball, den man halt nicht werfen darf, ne? Aber hat trotzdem Spaß gemacht, war wieder schön eng. So muss es ja auch irgendwo sein, ne?